Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mace, coming to you from Canada. I'm a rapper, producer. You can find my music in all the streaming places. Just go look for it. Yeah, traffic is crazy. And I was just thinking to myself, we have a main artery of our little town. This is a pretty little city that I live in. And I was just thinking how turned off I would be if I wanted to bike on this particular street, because there's no bike lane. There's just sidewalks on each side. Drivers are going way too fast. There's 4 lanes, and also the traffic lights they're on timers on this particular road. So sometimes you'll pull up to an intersection, and I'm talking in my vehicle, but you'll turn up to the intersection, it'll be a red light. There won't be anybody coming straight through the intersection, and there also won't be any cross traffic. So I don't know, it's on the lights are on timers, and it's just super inefficient. And as well, our governments, municipal, provincial, federal, I think they just don't give a rat's really about cycling, or I don't know, like the investments have to be over decades to get infrastructure to a spot where you can start having people feel safe enough to cycle more. Let's get into this video, how the Dutch solved street design. How did they do it? I don't know how in-depth this video will go, but we're going to take a look. Hope everybody's doing fine, and let's get it.
Time to talk about traffic. Right now, we're in this weird moment where a lot of smart people agree that the current North American street design is not sustainable. The commute time and the fatalities are escalating. But after reading these articles, I wondered, is the solution finally here? So I took a deep dive into that question over the last few months.
Yeah, the cities here, the metro areas, are absolutely disgusting when it comes to traffic.
Not just into how they design a road, but how do they design their transportation network, trying to piece together the big picture here. I actually ended up in the Netherlands, checking out the street network myself. The answer I found to whether the Dutch have solved congestion is yes. It just doesn't look like what I thought. In fact, even at 50% autonomous adoption, they believe that commute time will only go down by about 6%. So the solution is in the Netherlands, so that's where I gotta go. On the way, some context. In cities, car traffic will get slower and slower until it becomes faster to take transit, bike, or walk. This is known as the Down-Thompson's paradox. You might think that adding an additional lane will help, and it does temporarily, but then people switch to driving, noticing that it's faster, and the speed regresses back to the speed of the alternatives. This is known as induced demand. Pedestrians, cyclists.
So is it just mainly it's the number of vehicles that are on the road? And I feel like, especially in North America, everybody's me. I want to have my own vehicle. Man, I want to have like 4 vehicles for a 2-person family. So that why? Like, even myself, I have 2 vehicles. And I've definitely been thinking to myself, like, there isn't really any need to have 2 vehicles besides convenience and excuses, I suppose. Like, my wife went to work today, she took a vehicle. I'll go to work later, I'll take a vehicle. I could cycle. I should probably cycle, but aforementioned laziness. Yeah, I don't know, it's not good, but it's what it is.
And vehicles can all coexist without conflict, but only if they're all going the same slow speed. This advances the principles of shared streets. The Netherlands has implemented these concepts to great effect.
In the 70s, the Netherlands had the same car-centric street design as the US, but they found that by making it easier and safer to walk, bike, and ride transit, fatalities
70% lower fatality rate than the US in 2019.
decreased and street flow improved for everyone, even drivers. This required a change in priorities. They prioritized transit, prioritized cycling and pedestrians, and deprioritized the car. They also made a change at the network level. They prioritized streets by mode and speed. The basic concept is that higher speeds should form a perimeter around a network of lower speed access ways and laneways. Walking and biking will often be the most direct and fastest method. At the superblock level, this is what it basically looks like. Laneways are tailored to pedestrians and low speeds. Access ways are tailored to pedestrians and cyclists, and slightly higher speed. These slower streets are designed with restrictions in traffic calming so that vehicles are not allowed in certain areas or are forced to travel at cycling and walking speeds. This approach advances the principles of shared streets, which shows that pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles can coexist as long as they are all going the same slow speed. Transit ways are tailored to pedestrians, cyclists, and transit. Boulevards accommodate all different modes, but you'll notice that transit is given its own dedicated lane, and pedestrians and cyclists are separated from vehicle traffic. And bike
I think that separation is important. As soon as you start raising the speed, you need that separation. We have a bike lane here that's literally just on the side of the road, and you'll have people going 60 kilometers an hour. And now with people on their phones all the time, I just don't see how bikers are going to feel like, how you're going to bring about bikers to feel safe when you have cars so close and driving. I don't even think it's purposefully recklessly. It's just a lack of awareness, and culturally we just don't prioritize public transit or like cycling or e-bike or any type of thing that's not a car. There's no prioritization.
Lanes and sidewalks are raised relative to side streets, requiring cars to slow down when crossing. This is in significant contrast to North America, where vehicles are given priority on all roads with no physical measures to slow them down. There's limited accommodation for alternatives to the car. Just look at the Toronto Bicycle Network versus the Amsterdam Network. And transit often doesn't get dedicated lanes, and buses and streetcars get stuck in traffic.
Like that's a big one, I think. That's really stupid to have public transit not having dedicated lanes. It's not going to incentivize anybody to take public transit if you're sitting in traffic on a bus, right?
To reduce intersection conflicts with cars, the Netherlands provide protected intersections, underpasses, and bridges
Bike underpasses are what?
to control vehicle speeds and ensure safety for all modes. All streets have a host of traffic calming measures, like raised sidewalks, chicanes, and speed humps. More generally, beyond the superblock level, and as detailed super well in Jason Slaughter's Not Just Bikes videos, the Netherlands has priority networks, including traffic signal timing for cars, bikes, transit, and walking. These priority networks are a further way to separate by speed and mode. Here's an example of a car priority network. As you can see, it prioritizes cars, but it still has a separated bicycle lane. And this is a bicycle priority network. As you can see, it has high quality infrastructure. Oftentimes, you're completely separated from cars on bicycle roads, and you have priority at intersections, so you can quickly and safely get across the city. These streets provide access to residential shops, offices, and as a result, have lower speeds. In contrast to streets, perimeter roads.
So that intersection one, essentially, he's saying that these vehicles have to yield to cyclists coming across.
So you can quickly and safely get across the city.
Right. Okay.
These streets provide access to residential shops, offices, and as a result, have lower speeds. In contrast to streets, perimeter roads have fast-moving traffic and have few accesses, and other modes are completely separated. North American cities mix streets and roads, called stroads, which incorporate high rates of speed with other modes and accesses. creating dangerous conditions. In simulations with Dutch street design applied at the superblock level, you can see the difference. North American roads are obviously not working, and it's pretty well known.
What's up with the traffic in Toronto? I don't know. Have they figured this out?
So the Netherlands has figured this out. In North America, we just need to change the standards, and things need to change at the political level too. In the Netherlands, when they go redo a road after its useful life, they just implement the new standard. We could do this in North America, but if we keep building with the same car-centric model, it'll only make the problem worse, even with autonomous vehicles. If you enjoyed that video, please like.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's always interesting, I think, city planning and infrastructure. I'm obviously frustrated with the current way North American cities are planned and built, and I don't know exactly what the answer is. You got to get a lot of people on board and just start slowly, I think, building awareness around of different ways to do it, because the way that it's done now with a prioritization on cars, only cars, and everybody's driving their own car along a lot of routes, so it's just incredibly inefficient. If you have 100 people going the same place and they're all driving 100 vehicles, like it's silly. It's pretty silly. It's pretty stupid. Yeah. All right. I'll let you guys go. I had a couple of funny comments. People mentioning Dutch directness, and where I have to recognize that a little bit sometimes. And I told a subscriber, like, hey, I think you're just being direct, because yeah. Anyways. Funny stuff. We will see you all in the next video. Like I said at the beginning, I do make music. At least I'm trying anyways. If anybody out there makes music, hey, hit me up, send me an email. We can collaborate on some stuff. Looking for beat makers. Yeah, that was cool. See you on the next one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and how do you get to work? Do you bike? Do you cycle? Do you drive a car? Do you walk? Do you skateboard? Scooter? I don't know. Fly? All right.